take another L. Designer on me, this they new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still ballin' like an offspring, just for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I bought like 23. Whoa, won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. It's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go. But they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now the man from nearby Columbus, Ohio, Benny Snell. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough, and now 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Number 27, Kareem Hunt, the ball carrier.
Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football.
The pass.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead.
Browns 3. Steelers nothing.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Richardson on first down. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Lavonte David. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. His first career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. Second and 10 now from the 27. First carry for Nick Chubb. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
The ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Mayfield on the keeper.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Makes the score Browns 6.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire. And they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves down here after an interception on their opening drive led to a field goal. But all in all, you'd have to say fortunate to be only down 6.
Yeah, and you know how teams huddle on the sideline before they come out on the field in between series? Guaranteed what's said there is, guess what, guys? We take this ball, move it downfield, and put it in the end zone, we're right back to even.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up
operating from the gun. Richardson. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels.
Richardson.
Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said...
Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Trying to run for it with Snell. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
He was covered by Richard Sherman.
Here's Samuels. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Richardson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 10.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. Occasionally, you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Brings up 2nd.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers pointing their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
3rd down and 10.
Richardson on 3rd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Richardson's pass.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Chubb on first down, not going to go anywhere as he'll lose 3 on that one.
Chubb on the carry. Cameron Hayward on the tackle. Brought down.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Quarter with the score, Browns 6, Steelers 3.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield, the catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Mayfield. Flushed out right. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Oh, he breaks another. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
At the 34-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
That's good.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. On the carry, it's Chubb. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone and get you 6?
At their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through the goalposts.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Alex Anzalone on the
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked up by Lavonte David. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And it's caught. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. And the lead is now 13. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run.
Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Alex Anzalone leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Operating from the gun, Richardson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
A good pick up there at 22. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. The quick slant caught. Yeah, the Browns are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well. And he's got his tight end. It's Hooper for the Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones. Here's Richardson to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to go down again. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And that stretches the lead to 27. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 9.
From the gun, Richardson. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw is Richardson on 1st and 10. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down.
Richardson now throwing on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Richardson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Richardson. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. From the gun, Richardson. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete. Intended for Jalen Samuels.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Richardson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to our Tiburon Studios here in Orlando. We'll take a minute and look ahead at what's to come this weekend in week number 3. Good matchups all up and down the schedule there. We'll highlight the one in Cincinnati. A big test coming up for the Bengals as they get set to play host to the Chicago Bears. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And one more to highlight, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. In the game you're watching has been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell to kick off.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So here are the Browns to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield now into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
2nd and 9.
Now Richardson to throw on 2nd down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Richardson hitting Juju on the slant. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And it's 3rd down.
Richardson on 3rd and 2. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chase Claypool, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And the lead is down to 20. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return comes Drake. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Browns take over 1st and 10. at their own 26.
Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield being chased out left. Now Mayfield lost the football. Now a stoppage, and oh boy, we've got Mayfield shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. The backup Murray, his first throw, forced out to his left. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chandler Jones, his 2nd sack of the night.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Jaylen Samuels. It's a gain of 13, but it brings up 3rd.
Here's Richardson from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The pickup there, 5 yards.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Complete to
that
James
catch
Washington.
Good for 5. It's 3rd down.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
14.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler 1st. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
A run for Snell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run with Samuels. He gets away from 1. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Here's Snell. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Trying to get it with Snell. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Samuels. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. And we're back now here in Cleveland, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Flush to his right. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Great start to the 2nd quarter, better than 30 yards. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Stephon Tuitt on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They run it again with Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops that. People are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further.
40. Steelers 13.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
The 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Richardson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. To throw is Richardson. On 3rd down. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete.
Richardson's pass. Complete.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Richardson's pass.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now left side on the swing pass. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. So they try to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Complete to Eric Ebron.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. From the gun, Richardson. Got an open man. It's Washington. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Washington.
23 yards on the play.
3 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Richardson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Operating from the gun, Richardson. Completion here to Claypool.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Now here's Snell. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Ball carrier.
Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
Chris Boswell on for the point after.
They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He was credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And again, it's Chubb. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's taken down inside the 30.
That's good.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
As many games as the two of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball?
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop it.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
1st and 10 at the 17.
On the delay, here's Hunt. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
Taken down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line.
A run for Nick Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Ball carrier.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Right there, 54.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Tonight.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for Charles David.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my way. Damn, Kane, you done killed Abel. Unbalanced land trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, the way you feel, you might do it for the buck. All black. born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the devil. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. Galilee rolling thunder, don't hear my cry, don't let alibis pass you. I finally starting to realize never give up and coast. I can't watch TV, it's all a lot, tired of trying, go ahead and fly everybody.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Try to define infrastructure right, I don't got time, infrastructure right, I don't got time. I could it's all to we're talking about to protecting the sons and daughters from political manslaughter.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave. Never play by the rules, guess I'm paying my dues. They gon' try to intrude, poison the multitude. They be quick to accuse, when you got different views. Just know you gon' pay the price, based off the item you choose. Many times in the culture, hit you with MK Ultra. I knew you was a vulture, Holy Ghost get the ushers. No, I can't trust you. Shock you, then now you fluster. Crashing down, I was cluttered. Doing this so subtle, falling out through the rubble. Remember this in jungle, the top always gonna get something. The middle gotta stay hunting. Why the rush left with nothing? 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 Agitated illusion, only built for confusion. The institution, modern day execution. Think I know the solution. Maybe not should I do it? Just put it in the music. Just put it in the music. Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them high.